rapping is fun. I lit up around the month of February. Told him side, no electric. Yeah, it's getting hectic. 777.
Whew. Okay. I'm finally ready. Hello all, and thank you for tuning in to another video. If you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. You know, I just be on here just talking about what's on my mind, whatever I feel like talking about. One of these days it's gonna be consistent. You know, I'm finding my rhythms. Whatever's going through my head, whatever I feel like talking about, you know, I just write it out in this notebook, and then in my genius notebook, and you know, we just gonna see what happens. Okay, and that's that. So go ahead and subscribe so we can get to it. So today I thought it would be nice to talk about how to not have your time wasted, because you know, I really value my time. Like, I take my time very serious, okay? And if you want to play with my time like in a negative way, I'm not gonna want to mess with you at all. Like, it's just not gonna work, okay? Just don't waste my time. Okay, that's it. That's all I ask, all right? Just don't waste my time. So this is gonna be 5 steps on how to not have your time wasted. Okay, if it doesn't apply, please just let it fly. This is what worked for me, okay? I done been through some situations, and I done let people mess with my time, and it messed with my mental. So now this is the methods that I take to protect my time and to protect my space. So if it applies, then that's great. You know, if you try some of this stuff out and it works, just let me know, you know. Let me know in the comments. So here we go. Number 1, if you get a bad vibe day 1, just trust your gut, okay? If you're getting a bad vibe from somebody on the first day, just trust your gut. Say no, do not pass go, okay? It's just, you just gotta trust yourself and trust your intuition, because sometimes it's not, it just depends, okay? There's a thin line between paranoid. So it just depends, you know. I just feel like you can tell, you can sense things. It's a lot of people in the world, and if you just get a bad vibe from that person day 1, and it's just, you know, just, I don't know, you know how you just meet a person, you can just tell like the vibe just isn't there. You'll have a conversation and it's just like, this is probably gonna go nowhere, so no. Or if you go on your first date and then it just seems like everything they're saying is a lie. I don't know. I feel like this is sounding very crazy, but I just know you could tell, like, people, you can tell when somebody is lying. Like, you could just tell. Like, you could just tell, okay? If you just get a bad vibe, whatever it is, just end it. Don't even go forward, okay? Just stop it. You could tell. You don't want to waste your time because you already knew. And then next thing you know, you'll be sitting there just being like, I already knew that this was going to happen. But I was like, no. Now, how many times you done said that to yourself? Because I've said it a couple of times to myself. Like a lie. Like, I knew he was going to do this. And now I'm irritated. And sometimes you can't even be mad. You just know, like, next. So that was number 1. If you get a bad vibe day 1, say no. Do not pass go. Just no. Or the second tip to not have your time wasted would be read in between the lines. See the things that a person is saying without actually saying it. Because sometimes, you know, people will say something to you, and then later on you'll respond to it, or you might laugh at it, and then later on you'll process it again in your head, and you'll just be thinking like, wait a minute, was that an insult? Like, for example, read in between the lines. Like, one dude, I talked about this before, but I'm gonna bring it up again because it happened. Okay, so what's her name? Jada Pinkett and Will Smith. I don't know how I forgot the both of them. I mean, I know how I forgot, but you know, mind your business. Yeah, he was talking about them. He was just like, why would you wait until you get into your marriage to start cheating? That's something you're supposed to do when you in a relationship. You cheat in relationships. You don't cheat in a marriage. Now, you know, back in the day, you might have thought that was a joke. You know, might have giggled at that, like, because he laughed at it, and I'm supposed to laugh at it. We both just supposed to be, yeah, you cheat in relationships, not in a marriage, duh. No, that's not how that works. So if I would just have ignored that, because you know I had to say something about it, but if I would just have ignored that, then I would have been messing around with this dude, be months later, and he in there, we in a relationship, and he's sitting here cheating in a relationship because we ain't married, and I'm sitting here upset that he's doing exactly what he said he was gonna do earlier. And I'm just sitting there looking crazy. So, and I can't even be mad, like, I can't believe you cheated on me. Like, well, I told you that's what you do in relationships, we ain't married yet. And then I'm supposed to be like, oh yeah, you did say that. Like, no, that's a waste of time. See, doesn't that just sound like a waste of time? I'm gonna cheat on you in a relationship, but once we get married, I'm gonna stop cheating. And then I'm supposed to be like, okay, that's exactly what I was expecting out of a relationship. I'm so happy I met you. Like, no, that's a waste of time. So, read in between the lines. That was an example. But dudes just be saying stuff sometimes. Not just dudes, but people just be saying stuff sometimes, and it seems like a joke, and it's not a joke. Like, you'll laugh about it, and then you'll laugh about it now, and then you'll be crying about it later, like we in a Drake song. And it's not gonna be as glamorous, okay? It's not gonna be as glamorous. Read in between the lines, okay? See what they saying. See that the sneaky stuff. You just look for that sneaky stuff. Okay, number 3 is get your deal breaker questions out the way up front. So get your deal breaker questions out the way up front. And yeah, you know, so you could just not waste time, you know, ask those serious questions. Do you want to have kids? If they say maybe or no, that's not something to juggle with. Like, if you personally want to have kids, and then you meet a person who says that they're not sure if they want to have more kids, probably not, but maybe later in the future, like, no, I need to know. You need to know these things, because who want to get married and then finally they decide, you know what, remember I told you I wasn't really sure, or I'm deciding that I don't want to have kids. Now you got this major thing that you fighting about. That's Dawson. Can y'all hear that? I wonder. And then he gonna try to do it on the low. Made me forget what I was talking about. Hold up. That's basically him talking when I'm talking. Cause when I stop talking, he stopped doing it. These kids, man, they be getting disrespect. You being disrespect. That's what I was talking about. Kids. Look, he reminded me. Okay, yeah, like, you can't play about that. I need to know for sure if that's what you want, because, you know, that's something that you might want in marriage. That's something that you want to know about. I'm not saying, you know, sit at the table and be like, let's get married today. I'm ready to get married today. But it's just like, is that something that you are... Is that something that you see yourself doing in the future? I need to know that, because that's what I'm going to want. While you're dating right now, what are you looking for? Because they will tell you. What are you looking for while we're dating? You know, nothing real serious. Okay, nothing real serious. Because I'm looking for something real serious. Okay, so you got to go. You know, stuff like that. Like, it doesn't have to be, you know, that extreme. Like, I'm not that... It's not that bad, okay? You know, it doesn't have to be that extreme. And I'm not saying tell all your business so they'll know all your business and then, you know, wiggle their way in by just knowing all your business because you told them exactly what you want or exactly what you like. Whew. Dating is a doozy, isn't it? Anyways, what else is like a deal breaker thing? You know, are you looking for a relationship? you're asking these questions, you know, just some things that you might want to know up front before you have to worry about it later on in the future. Just think about what your deal breakers are and ask those questions, okay? Don't have your time wasted because you didn't ask those questions ahead of time. Also, you know, like wasting your time, because I done did this before, okay? You know, not just moving too fast. Just moving too fast, not getting the answers that you needed, and then you're being surprised about stuff later because y'all done got too close. And that's not what you want. Moving on to number 4. Number 4 is notice the shift in energy and match their energy. So basically, you know, we gonna alley-oop the energy, you know, we gonna throw it back. It's like a reverse shotgun, not shotgun, what's that other thing called? The rocket launcher, you know, it's just that have energy right on the side of it, like energy, the energy matcher. I'm gonna have to get me one of those off of Amazon. Give me a rocket launcher and name it the energy launcher. You know, I just shoot it right back, just like a boomerang. You know, they just shoot the energy at me. I'd be like, oh, here you go. Give it back, because yeah, I'm not gonna waste my time. It's a waste of time, okay? Match the energy, alley-oop the energy. When their energy starts changing, you change your energy too, okay? Change it, because sometimes they don't be keeping that same energy. I don't know, that's just really like a pet peeve. When someone is not keeping that same energy that they gave to you when you first met, something is up, okay? I ain't trying to have you paranoid, but I'm letting you know that when the energy change, something is changing. It's just obvious that there is a change happening, okay? There is a shift happening right now, and you got to catch the drift. And to be honest, this is to protect your feelings, okay? Shoot, this is what this is all about. Learning boundaries and protecting your own feelings so that you don't get hurt, okay? That's how I came up with all of these. These are things that I came up with so that I no longer had people wasting my time, because it was a phase that I was going through where people were just wasting my time, and I'm like, what is this? Do I just look like I just have unlimited time to give? Like I'm just walking around just looking like I have plenty of time to waste. I do not value my time. Like I guess that was just sitting on my forehead for a second, so I had to unstamp it. I had to find some like super makeup remover to remove this I love having my time wasted off of my forehead, or whatever it was, this aura. I had to cleanse it, because I'm like, what the hell? It was so many people wasting my time, and I'm like, I had to figure out why other people weren't valuing my time. So then I had to start creating these boundaries, and when energy changes, I match the energy change. Because they like to try to play this game. And especially after I learned about that love bombing. Look up love bombing, okay? It's a real thing. I didn't notice how many times I got tricked by some daggone love bombing. It's a real thing. Look it up. Match the energy change. They go from opening your car doors to not opening your car doors anymore. Opening the door to not opening the main door. Oh, let me get that. Now they don't get it no more. Good morning. Now it ain't no good morning. It's good evening. When the energy change, you make sure you switch it back up. That's all I'm saying. Number 5. The last one. Make sure you've liked and shared this video, and also comment down and let me know which one is your favorite one, or if you've had your time wasted in any of these ways. Just, you know, comment down below. We'll have a little chit chat about it. So number 5 is really important. It's know what you want or have an idea. Okay, know what you want and have an idea. And if they're not what you want, you just gotta let them go. Moses voice. I don't know if I'm gonna say that word. I'm just gonna say people. Let them people go. Cause they ain't your people. They not your people, okay? They are not your people. Not your people, you get it? Anyways. Oh goodness. It just always makes me think of my mom. I used to did not know you. I used to not know you. Like, and I could go back to doing that. Let them not forget. You used to not know them, and you can go back to that. You can go back to doing that. I messed up my lighting. But you can go back to doing that. You used to not know them, and you can go back to doing that. Know what you want, and knowing what you want. And I'm not saying come up with no big, extensive checklist or like something very dramatic. But I'm saying, you know, genuine things on the checklist. Like a nice person. Someone who is family oriented. The basics, okay? At least have the basics on your list. Please have the basics on your list. So, what else was I saying? And this is for people who you could just tell that they're about to waste your time. And just trust your judgment and use your trust your judgment and use discernment, okay? Just do an assessment. Don't let people waste your time. Just work on boundaries, okay? And I'm saying all of this because I've had my time wasted and I don't like it. And I'm sure you don't like it either. So these are some tips that I hope will help you. So don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. And thank you all for watching. Bye.